As you've seen, Sweden's Prime Minister has reached a deal with opposition, avoiding the need for snap elections. Now, to discuss this issue in complete depth is Darina, Agha, International Secretary for the Swedish Social Democratic Youth League. Darina, welcome to the bulletin. Now, we understand there are now 6 parties in agreement. It's going to strengthen the ability of the minority governments to rule. But can you highlight how it's all going to work exactly, the logistics of this deal?
Yes, hello, of course, hello. Yes, so the logistics of this deal, you can say that during the election, it was really clearly that the right-wing alliance was the losers. The voters voted for a red-green government, but we were faced with a bit of a problem at the time. How will we manage the budget? And during the vote on the budget the day before, as you know, the Sweden Democrats declared that they will not vote, they will not put down their votes, they will vote for the budget of the oppositional party. So the Prime Minister was faced with 2 alternatives, as you can say. Either way, he would resign and let the right-wing alliance form their own government, or he would call for a new election.
Right. Now, is this a good or a bad outcome for Lofven and his minority party then?
I would say that this is a good outcome. If you look to the political situation as it is, I mean with the history of what the Sweden Democrats actually managed to do, they made the Swedish government not being able to govern Sweden on their own budget. So this is really a good thing for Lofven. It's also a really good thing for the other alliance parties. Some of them were really worried how this would end up in the extra election for them. But the winner, I think, is Lofven. He looks like a strong leader. He looks like a leader that puts Sweden first and a good negotiator. So he's definitely the winner.
Now, you mentioned the Sweden Democrats. I mean, there has been a backlash, and the backlash has already started with opposition Sweden Democrats calling the agreement against the fundamental principles of democracy. Now, how has the outcome affected the Sweden Democrats Party, and what will they do next?
I would definitely say that this is a backlash for the Sweden Democrats. They were hoping for another outcome. I would say that they've taken advantage of all the possibilities that they can against the government, and as you know, they have the balance of power that they've been using as much as they can against the government, and they're really looking. I mean, they're really hoping to become the second largest party in Sweden. They're right now the 3rd largest party. So this is really a backlash for them. But I think that what they've done is that they've already pointed out a motion of censure against our Prime Minister, which was also expected. I mean, what we can see is that with this, we've managed to outplay them, so to say, and put them in a corner and somehow minimize. I mean, their influence is minimalized, so to say.
Okay, and I mean, we've seen since there has been a slight rise in popularity for the Swedish Democratic Party, and there was an arson attack recently on a mosque. Now, how much is immigration affecting Swedish politics, do you think?
I mean, it's been definitely put on the agenda for the recent years, and especially this year. I think that it is important to speak about migration, but from a different angle, and not to use the rhetoric of the Sweden Democrats, because I don't know if you watched the day before the vote on the budget, the Sweden Democrats were supposed to declare how they will vote on the budget, but what they did was that they took advantage of that hour to point out how they would like Sweden to reduce their immigration. This is their way of pointing out what migration policy is, and that is something that we need to not buy and form our own and speak about that. So.
Okay, we're just going to have to leave it there. We thank you for your time. Darina, Agha, International Secretary for the Swedish Social Democratic Youth League. Thank you very much for your time.